the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up!
Welcome everybody to another episode of This is CorbinCenter, and we're starting off a big recognition here for Julie joining the Patreon. So of course you're gonna get the recognition. I hope you enjoy it because you gave me a hard time about my gift bag, which you're the only one who's had a problem with it. So I hope you like all the perks and bonuses that come with this, because look, there is a lot of Corbinish stuff coming, and that's how it goes. And that's a note to everyone else that's on here, that if you join my Patreon, not only do you get the inside scoop, exclusive videos, but you also get bonus Corbin merch. So we have that. Speaking of which, it feels like it's been slow with the merchandise day, but it also feels like I've been having a freaking battle with Mother Nature this whole summer. I've had to worry about rain and sun. It's like the two main conditions that happen in the summer. I just can't win, so like that's the biggest thing. So we were supposed to go to St. Paul Park for Broadway Ray's event, since it has been rescheduled to August 5th. I'm going to touch base on this really quick. I was supposed to wrestle free range Kara. We got there, ring got set up, and we had the storm coming in, and immediately we had like these flashbacks to what happened at the St. Paul Slammer. And if you remember the injury that I suffered at this event and the crazy storm that happened during this time, and a lot of damage was done to the equipment, we weren't going to take any chances this time around, and it was better to reschedule, and that's how it goes. And again, look, I make so many jokes about another company that always cancels shows when there's a chance of rain. But in this case, when you're out there and the ring's already set up and you have the tent and it's getting ready to blow over, you kind of have to make like a game time decision. So they rescheduled to August 5th. And will you see me at the reschedule? No, you won't. Let me talk about Pryes first. Pryes did not get rained out, but it was hot as hell. I mean, it was a very, very warm day. And you'd think I would learn my lesson from open well, actually, come to think about it, I actually have a pretty good record in open challenges where, I don't back down and I give anybody the opportunity that they want. I'm like the modern day John Cena with the United States Championship reign, and I let anybody take a shot at me. And many people will be like, well, that's how you lost your WrestlePalooza championship. And then actually, no, referee Clark Feldman is how I lost my WrestlePalooza championship, and I want to go on record by saying that. But I've actually done pretty well. Every time I make an open challenge, the person who answers, if you look back at my win-loss record, it's pretty good. But you can't just hold one blemish over me. I guess if you want to hold it, it's like the Patriots where they lost the Super Bowl but had the undefeated season. Sure, I guess. Whatever you want to focus on, you negative Nellies, that's totally fine. But Badger Briggs came out to accept the challenge, and this is the first time that Badger and I have ever had a match. And in this day and age, it's kind of tough to find new opponents, and I've had a few in this month of, in the month of July. So, I know what to expect with Badger. I've been watching Badger. I've been scouting Badger, and apparently Badger's been scouting me because they went after my shoulder, my collarbones, and I'm going to tell you this right now, Badger. I respect that. I do respect that. But you also have to respect that I will do anything to win. And I will give you a rematch whenever you want. That's totally fine. Whenever you want, Badger. That's totally fine. But maybe sit back and continue scouting and seeing what made me successful in all these things. And continue to watch upcoming first shows, and see just what I will do to win. Because I'm going to have to show all different shades of me when we have the St. Paul Slammer coming up, and then also this big hardcore tag match that I'm going to be having where Laura and I are going to take on Effie and a mystery partner in a hardcore tag team match. I mean, again, look, this isn't over. I told Effie this. I said, look, when Devon Monroe won and I watched people go to the ring, the first person I saw to go congratulate him, and when I was on the ramp in my lowest of lows, the first person that I saw go to the ring to celebrate with Devon Monroe was you, Effie. So if you were wondering why this thing between you and I will never end, that's a big part of it. So But First Wrestling will get to showcase a lot of what I do. However, I will not be up at Bayfront. And look, I would love to tell you why, but just for the next week or so, you might see a little less of me. And some people might be going yay-hoo and woohoo and make a sarcastic comment as far as in relation to my videos and my social media posts. But if that is the case, why are you watching this? This should be for people who support all things Darin Corbin, and for people who are not supporters of Darin Corbin, we call them idiots. We call them imbeciles, and they can go do other things. But I want you to get the heads up. You won't be seeing this is CorbinCenter next week, just FYI. I'm going to be preoccupied with a couple things non-wrestling related. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Look, you don't get the inside scoop on here. You get the recaps, you get how I feel, but you do not get the inside scoop. If you want that, you go to the Patreon. That's just how it goes. And when it comes to inside scoops, one thing that has been dropped recently is the idea of, will WrestleMania be coming to Minneapolis? There was talks of it as posted that for WrestleMania 41, that there is a potential that they will be coming back to Minnesota. So of course, it made a perfect time for me to bring back this segment. Let's get dirty, because all I had to do was tell my consultant what I read on the dirt sheets, and I let him roll with it. So, here he goes.
The moment we've all been waiting for. WrestleMania, the granddaddy of them all, the biggest spectacle, or whatever they call it. I don't even remember. But they're coming to Minneapolis. There's no better city that should host it, especially in the spring. We have beautiful springs, so that would be great. This is what exactly we should do. First of all, it was supposed to be here a while ago, and then I guess some guy leaked it that worked there. And when you just can't keep your mouth shut, what they used to say is loose lips sink ships, is how that old expression goes. But in this case, it was loose lips sink undisputed championships matches, and we didn't get that. And the best part that we missed out on was all the shows that could be around. There could be so much going on. And, could you imagine, Corbin having a busy weekend that weekend? Most people, when they go and they do all the shows for WrestleMania, it's they're running all over town, but, Corbin knows this place like the back of his hand and knows the transportation system and all the spots, and he lives here, so he wouldn't have to pay for a hotel. So, I'm just on that alone would love to have it, but name one city better than us. Name one city better than us. I'll put Minneapolis against anywhere. It's better than Toledo. It's better than Tulsa. Better than Cheyenne. Sure, better than Boise. Boise. Could you imagine a WrestleMania in Boise? What if they did WrestleMania in Minneapolis and St. Paul, split it? You have night one over there, night two. It just gets crazy, But we'll keep it in one city for now, because the Mississippi, the match that crossed the Mississippi is what you could say. Writes itself.
Now, how great would that be? I mean, let's face it, the best part about it will be when First Wrestling runs their event that partners up with WrestleMania weekend. That's all I'm really looking forward to, be honest with you. 100%. US Bank Stadium down there, First Wrestling is going to be the place to be at First Avenue. So, with that said, let's break it down. Upcoming events, like I said, mystery, shrouded in mystery, but I will be back. I come back for Time Bomb with the street fight with Eric Cannon. Then we have the St. Paul Slammer that's rescheduled. After that, I have Battleground, my dog collar match with Connor Hopkins. Finally giving you the match you want, but I'm giving you a rematch for your championship. Never say that I don't defend against all comers. And then that hardcore tag team tornado match. Alright, we'll do that. I defend my 1029 championship at the 1029 bar, so I got that coming up. And then I return to freelance on August 31st. I'll be back in the freelance area, and then also for Balsam Lake. And then that carries right into a huge weekend for me, which will be Mondo Lucha at Turner Hall, followed by Saturday Night Nitro 2. No, I will not be at the Fan Fest because I have other commitments that came before, and I'll get more into, like again, this was all set up in the works, and yeah, there'll be plenty of people for you to hobnob and talk with. So there's that. Again, if you're a true fan of mine, you join my Patreon. That's how it goes. So you might have to wait a week, but definitely stay tuned for This Is CorbinCenter because we're gonna be chatting it up. And we got a lot to talk about as is, especially remember the last time we took 2 weeks off. We definitely had a lot to cover when we got back. Stay tuned.
Don't